Good morning, Primary 6. Welcome back to Math session with me, Miss Sarah, as always. Now we are in the chapter Ratio, Comparing Ratios, which is lesson 2. Before we have learned about the lesson 1, which is Introduction to Ratio, and actually you have learned about ratio in the previous grade. Now we're going to compare the ratios. Let's check it out. So please look at your textbook, page 77, where you're going to have this. The table shows the different amounts of tea and milk used to make cups of milk tea of different cups. So that's it. That's the first table, cup size, amount of tea, and amount of milk. So we have these 5 cups, A, B, C, D, and E. And now for cup A, you will have 180 milliliters of tea and 60 milliliters of milk for cup A. Cup B, as you can see, C, D, and E as followed. So that's it. Can we make it into a ratio? Of course, but the ratio will be in each cup ya. Jadi rasionya bukan 180 dibandingkan 270. No, but the ratio will be tea to milk. Let's check it out. So that's it, tea to milk. For cup A will be 180 to 60. Kind of easy? Yes, because this is an introduction of ratio, right? And I'll go to the cup B, which is 270 to 90, C, D, and E. As you can see, these numbers are so big. Make it into the simplest form by doing what? Starting from cup A, you see this is 180 to 60. What is the common multiples? Or the common factors? Common multiples, I guess. Common multiples. So what is the common multiples shared by 180 and 60? Is it 2? Is it 10? 10, yes. 2, yes, but it will be so big. Still so big. Now, how if we divide it into 60? 180 divided by 60 equals 3. 60 divided by 60 equals 1. So the ratio of cup A is 3 to 1. Go to B. Can you see? 90 and 270 will be 3 to 1, 3 to 1, 3 to 1, and 3 to 1. Now, from this table, even though the milk and the cups are different, even though the milk and the tea are different to each other, to each cup, these cups actually share the same ratio. Get it? Why? Because it is 3 to 1, cup B 3 to 1, C 3 to 1, D 3 to 1, and E 3 to 1. So these cups share same ratio. This is what we're going to compare. Get it? Okay, go to the next. Textbook page 80, try 2A. I believe that doing by practice by doing, so that's what we're going to do. Mrs. Roger makes some yogurt cereal for her children. For each bowl of yogurt cereal, she uses 3 tablespoons. Whenever you see TBSP like this on the sum of recipe, it means tablespoon of cereal for every 2 tablespoons of yogurt. What is tablespoon, Mister? Sendok makan, bukan sendok teh. Kalau sendok teh namanya teaspoon without B. But because we have B here, it means tablespoon. Find the ratio of the amount of cereal used to the amount of yogurt used to make the yogurt cereal. So it's kind of easy. The ratio of cereal to yogurt. Cereal to yogurt. So we know that she used 3 tablespoons of cereal and 2 tablespoons of yogurt. So the ratio will be 3 to 2. It's kind of easy, right? Even though the questions are so long, but the point is so simple. That's it, 3 to 2. Kind of easy, go to the next. Still same, but now we are in the point B. She wants to make 4 bowls of yogurt cereal. How many tablespoons of cereal and how many tablespoons of yogurt that she need? 4 bowl, it means that 4 bowls. And this one, each bowl artinya 1 bowl. 1 bowl, Mrs. Roger will use 3 tablespoons of cereal and 2 tablespoons of yogurt. So that's it. How about the 4 bowls? Yeah, just multiply it by 4. It's kind of easy, right? 3 tablespoons times 4, which is 12 tablespoons, and 2 tablespoons of yogurt times 4 will be 8 tablespoons. So Mrs. Raj will use 12 tablespoons of cereal and 8 tablespoons of yogurt. Get it? Each bowl or one bowl 3 tablespoons and 2 tablespoons of yogurt. 4 bowls, just multiply it by 4. Go to the next. C. She uses 24 tablespoons of cereal. How many tablespoons of yogurt does she need? So 3 tablespoons of cereal, 2 tablespoons of yogurt. That is for one bowl, right? So as you can see it from here. And now we know that Mrs. Raj used 24 tablespoons of cereal. So how many tablespoons of yogurt? So that's it. This is what we call as comparing ratio, because we compare from this to this. From this 3 to 24. So what does it mean? Means that 3 times what equals 24, or 24 divided by 3, which is 8. If 3 times 8 equals 24, well, it must be also multiplied by 8. Nggak bisa kalau ini tuh 7, 9, 100, 200. No, cannot, because it is 8, so it must be 8. Get it? Whenever you compare ratio, really make sure that you divide or you multiply it with the same number. Okay? So 2 tablespoons of yogurt times 8 equals 16. So she needs 16 tablespoons of yogurt if she used 24 tablespoons of cereal. Okay? Now go to workbook chapter 3, practice 2. This one, number 1A. Pupils in the school are divided into different groups. The table shows the number of boys and girls in each group. Complete the following table. And now we're going to have these 2 questions. As you can see, this table is not complete. We have this missing, and this missing. But don't worry, because we have our clue. 2 to 5. So the ratio of boys to girls will be 2 to 5, as you can see. 2 to 5, okay? 2 to 5. So what it will be? What will it be? 2 to 5, because this is 5, and then this one must be 10. Okay, why? 5 times 2, of course. But if we do not know, let's see, multiple of 2. And then how about this one? 2 to 5, 2 to 5, which is 4 divided by 2, 2, 10 divided by 2, 5, 6, 2 divided by 3, by 3, 2 to 5, 2, 8 divided by 4, which is 2. So this one must be 20. 5 times 4, 20. And then this, 30. If you do not know, just look at the pattern. It will be the multiple of 5. It's kind of easy, right? Now look at the ratio of the number of boys to the number of girls. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Go to the boys. How many boys? How many girls? So just write down the ratio, 2 to 5. And then look at here. The number of boys is blah 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 of the number of the girls. So what is it? Is it ratio? Of course not. Remember, ratio can be formed into what? First, ratio and fraction. So the number of boys is 2 per 5 of the numbers of girls. Ya kan? Boysnya berapa? 2, girlsnya berapa? 5. So that's it. Don't make it complicated. Life is complicated. Don't make it more. Go to the B. The table shows the number of cats and dogs in different parts of Pet Adoption Center. Complete the following table. Give it 10 seconds to complete this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's it. 7 to 4. So the ratio of the cats and dogs will be 7 to 4. And the number of cats will be 7 per 4. Okay. Miss Sarah, do we need to make it into mixed number? No need. Only the fraction. In the fraction form. Give you 5 seconds to complete this table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the number of the tablespoon of water to the number of tablespoons of jelly crystals, look at here, 16 to 6. So what is the ratio? 8 to 3. This is right. If you do not know, just look at the pattern. 8, 16, 32, 48, of course the multiple of 8. And I'm now here 6, 9, 15, of course the multiple of 3. So the number of tablespoons of water used is 8 per 3 of the number of the tablespoon of jelly crystals used. Any question? Gotta ask me. Now go to number 2. It's kind of a lot, this one. Mariam uses 5 grams of baking powder and 240 grams of flour to bake a cake. Find the ratio of amount of baking powder to the amount of flour used. Give your answer in its simplest form. So ratio of baking powder to flour. So that's it. Will be 5 to 240. But is that the simplest? Of course not. So how can we make it into the simplest? By dividing into 5. So that's it. The simplest form is 1 to 48. Mariam uses 25 grams of baking powder. How much flour does she need to use? So baking powder will be 1 per 48. How do we know? From the previous, or 5 per 240. After that, we know that Mariam used 25 grams of baking powder. Once again, if this is 1 and then and it becomes 25, so this must be times by 25, of course. That's it. So how much flour does she need to use? She needs 1,200 grams of flour to use, or 1.2 kilograms. That's it. C. Mariam uses 720 grams of flour. How much baking powder does she need to use? Once again, like before, but this question is now in flour. If 48 becomes 720, so 48 times what? Becomes 720, or you can do it in vice versa, in the reverse way. 720 divided by 48 equals 15. So that must be 1 times 15 equals 15. So she needs 15 grams of baking powder for every 720 grams of flour. Mariam wants to bake for a cake. Same like the yogurt. If one cake is 5 grams to 240, for 4 cakes will be multiplied by 4. 20 multiplied by 4. That's it. So how much baking powder and flour does she need to use? 20 grams of baking powder and 960 grams of flour. It's kind of easy, right? Practice makes perfect. Don't forget to practice your skill by doing page 65 will be discussed on the next Zoom. Don't forget. Sorry, we have quiz. 27 August, lesson 1 and 2. Chapter 3 only ratio. Lesson 1 and lesson 2. Introduction of ratio and this comparing ratio. For the word problems, no need. Only those. That's it. We'll be on the 27 August. And don't forget, this is 26. This is 27. Like before. During Zoom and beyond time. Okay? So that's all for today. Primary 6. Got any question? You may ask me. Your questions are welcome. Thank you and God bless.